And we're back. Rabbi and Son. I'm the rabbi. He's the son. How you doing there, Javon?
Fine.
He doesn't want to give life updates.
Because there's nothing to update. You know, I'm breathing. I'm alive. I'm working.
That's right.
You know, shuffle in, shuffle out. The same, you know, clock in, clock out. Daily grind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, you're home right now. Then you're working here, and then you're going to go do some other stuff.
Exactly.
So
Which I cannot wait for.
I know, like every night that we see you, you're just like, yeah, I'm so excited.
Like the sooner it's May 1st, the sooner it's, 24 more days.
Not that you're counting
Exactly.
every single day.
But I'm counting.
All right, well, let's get into it. So these are Reddit questions. So this person says, recently, okay, I should actually think this is, would I be the A if I asked my friend's partner if they even like me? Okay. All right. Here we go. So this is from a couple of years ago from someone named Noggles. Okay. So recently I've been doubting the validity and value of it's a 29-year-old female, friendship with my online friend who's 20. Okay. So pretty.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Seriously. Yes. This is two women. So one is 29. This is the person who's writing this. And then their friend is 20. Okay.
Ew.
Immediately. Okay, suspect. Okay, let's continue on. Basically wondering if said friend even likes me, because it's all capital letters, anymore, and asking if their partner, who's a 23-year-old female, could save me a lot of grief. I make excuses for people, and looking back on some things, I'm starting to wonder if this person cared about me as a friend, or if I've been a free therapist for 9 months. I don't necessarily mind the imbalance in the friendship of me doing more, because I don't think friendships need to be an equal transaction, but I'm wondering if it's even a friendship at all, or I was just projecting and assuming asking their partner could clear this up for me. Okay, this is already like, can I ask you a question? Like, do you have friends who say they have online friends?
No.
Okay, so I have heard this like several times where people are like my online friend, and I kind of get it from when I was younger, because we had like chat rooms and stuff like that, right? Or you had like bulletin boards that you would post on. You didn't have social media the way that you do now. So like, I don't understand how people become online friends these days.
Okay,
and
no.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't like, so I need to be educated on this.
No,
I have nothing,
like,
I'm not opposed to it, but like, you know,
it's just like,
I'm old and irrelevant.
No, because like, I mean, there's all like, PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo.
So like gaming and
yeah,
stuff.
It's like that's
okay.
what you mean, gaming. Like, oh yeah, no, actually no. Ruby has some online people.
Okay.
That she games with. That's who I was like on the phone with, because we were playing the game.
Okay.
And yeah, I was like, huh. They would just be playing whatever game.
Okay.
And then they would just, make a little Discord and play games.
Discord seems to be the thing. That's something that like I tried to get into.
Yeah, I just got into Discord. I just figured out how to use it today. I was like, Ruby, how do you do this?
Does it feel insanely complicated?
It does. I'm like,
okay.
This is just like a lot for something that I would think is like so simple. And I was like, how old am I? Like, I'm supposed to know how to do this. And I'm just like, you know what? Something like even out of my, wheelhouse.
It's funny because when I saw Discord for the first time, it felt a lot like very old school, like chat rooms and stuff like that. It felt like America Online from like 1996. Or something like that. And I kind of was like, why are we doing this? Like, this seems like very antiquated, and like, how is this appealing to anybody?
What? No, because I think when I was in AmeriCorps, my team leader had friends on Discord from like around the world. And I'm like, I don't even know how it works.
Yeah.
I barely know how it works.
Right.
Like, let alone what exactly, like, because I assume it's like Reddit with like different servers, like on specific things.
Right.
Because I am on one, like for one of the games that I play, like when there's like new updates or whatever's coming, then there's like updates on there. But then like I'm just like confused on like everything.
What am I supposed to do with
not
this?
Like
a
specific game. So then like, oh, you want to be a part of like the gaming community, like this gaming community. So you like join click the link. like,
Mm-hmm.
and then you join the community. I don't.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm glad to know, because I feel like it is a bit of playing the cheat code, but like anytime you feel like something is cumbersome or unnecessary, that's like newer technology, it does give me a certain level of relief that I'm not just the old man who like needs to be put out in a rowboat and
I don't know,
whatever.
because people keep telling me I'm like 60. So it's like you can't really gauge that.
That's
with
kind
me.
of true, though. Can I be honest
Like-
with you? You're not 60, but you are kind of like 45. Like you are you are not the stereotype of whatever Gen Z is.
Yeah, but I'm like, oh my god, give me some credit. Like I have fun. I go out like
in foreign countries.
Exactly. Like, I enjoy myself.
Yeah.
Like y'all just don't see me outside of like,
right.
anything outside of like work circumstances.
Right.
Like I have fun. Like
right.
I'm not always
in your fortress of solitude.
Exactly. But yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, I am not that old. But sometimes I'll be like, but what is this?
Okay, well, that makes me feel good. So, okay, anyway, involving someone's partner is tacky. I'm considering it anyway, because if I'm right and friend doesn't even care about me, then knowing would absolve me of a lot of guilt and wonder about the situation. But asking the partner could lead to potential strife in their relationship. Depending on the partner's reaction, this could piss off the friend. I can definitely see how it could, you know what? Like, honestly, at this point in this, I'm just like, why are you bothering? Like, this is way too much stress for like your internet friend. Sorry, like, don't mean to.
I was gonna be like, you're almost 30 and you're worried about whether or not people are friends with you.
Whether or not a 20-year-old
feels
not, yeah, there's a
like
little,
that is something I'm just at my big age, and you're at a bigger age than I am. I am not worried about whether someone's friends with me or not. That is not something I concern myself with. I don't ever look for a friend. That is just not me.
Yeah,
they
come to you. Yeah,
I'm just, and I don't say that, because I'm like, I have a big head or anything, but like,
so humble.
Yeah, but I'm just like, I'm not chasing after a friend. I'm not asking why anyone doesn't like me.
Yeah,
like, it's like, you don't like me. Oh well.
Yeah.
What's next? You're just, another name to the pot, another,
Right.
It's just really like, if you did think that, like, and you are believing these things, then you weren't friends in the first place.
Right. Well, that's what I worry about for this person, because like she keeps going on and on and on. So I'm not gonna I'm gonna skip over all that stuff. But we haven't spoken in days, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so then here's where it gets into the religion part. Okay, so excuses I make. It is Ramadan, and I am told it's not uncommon for everyone fasting to be cranky. Don't think it's acceptable, but it might not be about me. We haven't spoken in days because we disagreed. Normally, she is messaging and near constantly throughout the day. The disagreement is stupid, even though it's something you can Google the answer to.
What? Get out. This sounds like you're like a girlfriend, and then
yes, this does have
this is like jealousy. This is like ew.
There's more to this than friendship. Totally, without a doubt.
I mean, from this person's side, because I don't know the other person's side, but this person seems like a weirdo.
Yeah, okay, so you can Google the answer. Like, she doesn't want to hear anything that doesn't agree with her thoughts. She is like this on several issues. She knows I am sick and have a lot of stressful things happening. Made me realize she never really cares to ask about me much, not just now. When I'm having issues, it often gets ignored. I've told myself it's her ADHD, but maybe it's just her never cared. She uses the ADHD as a catch-all excuse, and I've enabled. Okay, so now we get to the religion part. She is a Muslim convert, which I thought wouldn't really affect the friendship, but she has sent me stuff from the Quran about Jews being arrogant, shameless tyrants because I'm Jewish. I was really trying not to take this personally, but was she telling me right from the start we weren't really friends and I just didn't listen? That's like, it was weird, and so I tried to put a vocal inflection in it. Yes, you were not friends if she sends you messages saying, "Hey Jew, you're an arrogant, shameless tyrant."
Yeah,
I mean, like she buries the lead here
like
with
very
a lot
at
of
the end. Like I was just like, I don't know. It took you how long? 9 months or
Yeah,
whatever.
9 months. Yeah.
For you to realize, like, and this happened early on in the friendship. If somebody, was sending me something, being like, I don't know, black people are the devil's minions.
Oh God.
Then like I would be like,
yeah. You wouldn't immediately think like, are we still friends?
Yeah, that's not like this is like insane
Yeah.
for you to be like 29 and you to still be this childish. Like I just imagine this person as like just real like soft, like
sensitive. Maybe we could use
soft.
Okay.
And like it seems like very like 29, glasses, heavier set.
Oh God.
Whereas like, loose fitting like teachery clothes, some quirky, quirkiness going on to this person.
Okay.
Probably, plays, some type of, maybe does PC gaming.
Okay.
Because this person sounds like someone that's on the internet a lot,
right.
Yeah.
I do worry about that sometimes, that people spend so much time online that their orientation towards relationships, like it's not just a like, okay, so I'm going to do like a back in my day, but like back in my day, you would go online and yeah, maybe you were into like, you'd go into a chat room at a certain time of day or whatever, because there's like a meetup of like people who are into whatever the person's into. And I could see like that being validating and meaningful. And I participated in some of that stuff. Like when we did One Shul, which was a project that we had 13 years ago, it was really cool to like go online. Like we started an online synagogue before there was any of this tech stuff and Zoom and whatever. And it was very meaningful to like talk to those people. And I think we still follow each other now, but like on Instagram. But like you also had your like outdoors life. You still had your like life that you lived with your friends and family and your local community. I'm worried there's people who don't even have that. All they have is the online.
Yeah, I don't know. I just can't. I don't know. Me personally, I just have to like meet people in person. Like I just feel like that's a better like way to gauge, someone. I don't really know you online.
Right.
Like you could just be any random somebody.
Right.
Just like meeting people in person, like it is better. And then I just feel like this person has never had like a healthy, friendship. Like
because not with this person.
No, like literally, because like, oh my God, your friend hasn't talked to you in a couple of days. That is not green light for like meltdown.
Right.
Like,
right.
Me and my friends, we don't talk every day.
Sure.
The only one of my friends that I maybe talk to every day is Ruby. That's maybe. That's like maybe every day. But then sometimes we go for like maybe like a whole week.
Sure.
And then my other friends, for however long, and then it's like regular.
Right.
It's not oh, you didn't want to call me and blah, blah, blah. Because, we understand that, like, we have lives and we are busy.
And that happens, like, as you get older, too. Like, as you get older, that becomes more and more of an issue.
Yeah, it's like, we all know, like, we are all doing something, working, school.
Yeah.
Whatever we're doing. Everyone is busy. Like, if you were, like, to see, like, my friend's social medias, it's like, everyone is doing something.
Sure.
Like, my friends are really like politically engaged as well.
Okay.
So they're also doing like, political stuff.
Okay.
On top of
I didn't know that you had friends that were politically engaged.
Oh yeah. Like, I mean, come on. It's this generation.
Well, true.
Engaged.
True.
Like, and like, come on. Like, we've been doing nonprofit work. I met every single one of these people doing nonprofit work.
Oh, okay. Got it. Yeah. So it's that part of your friend group.
Exactly.
Okay. Got it. Yeah. That group. Totally. Without a doubt. They're
like,
super engaged.
Yeah. Like,
yeah. Fair enough.
Like,
I was thinking more like local region.
I mean, no, even like, my other friends, they're still in college, they're in college. They're finishing up on, their stuff. So like, we do an occasional, like every couple months, like check in.
Yeah.
Just like, a brief catch up. Like nothing too serious. No one is like out here being like, oh, you haven't talked to me and we haven't talked in this long and 24 days and 13 hours and 24 minutes and 17 seconds. Like, no one is
No
doing
one's
that.
doing that,
Like,
yeah.
it's just like, we all understand that.
Sure.
And this person does not understand that. It sounds like. It doesn't sound like, if this person was sending you all this stuff, like, this is not no, like, you know, shady microaggression, just like in your face. But I'm not going to be like, that person absolutely did that, because, like, I don't know. And I don't know the context.
Sure.
It could have been like, you know, like, you know, I'm converting to, you know, Islam, like, and my friend is Jewish, so I want to, like, what does this mean?
Right.
Like, you know,
right.
maybe what's that context? And, like, I don't know what this person is, so I'm not going to, like, you know, but that could have been the context. But, like,
Right.
even if it wasn't the context, then, like, you should have been, like, offended.
Right.
And if, you know, or, you know, what I said was the context, then you should have been like, oh, like, you know, they're trying, like, not to go into this thing with, like, the wrong message, or, like,
Right.
get into something and ideas that, like, you know, would be harmful. But,
Well,
yeah, this person, no, stay away from, like, this girl's, like, boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, leave it alone. Like,
well, that's the funny thing too, is that, like, certainly, like, if people want to convert to different religions, go for it, like I did. But this is like, this woman has a friendship with another woman, and it's online, and that woman's partner is a woman, and, like, she's a convert to Islam, which I guess, like, I don't know what particular sect of Islam and all of that, but, like, you know, not necessarily known for being super into LGBTQ plus stuff. I know that there are some groups that are, and, like, that's a little bit different, but so yeah, so I'm like, wow, so your queer friend who is a convert to Islam is sending you messages about, like, Jews are shady, and they haven't talked to you in a while, and you're a little bit worried about, like, did they ever really like you? I'm like, could it just be that maybe this has too many factors? You know what I mean? Like, could it just be
there's
that
a lot going on?
Yeah.
Like, you know, sending you things about you are shady, but then, like, you're lesbian in Islam. It's like, you know, there's a lot going on.
Complicated. It's just complicated.
She's 20. She's finding herself.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
You're 29. You should have found yourself a long time ago.
You should kind of know who you are at this point.
You know?
Right. Okay. There you go.
So I'm just...
And maybe she doesn't. Like, who knows? We don't know this person's story.
I mean, I feel like at that point you should know yourself.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's like, you know, I wouldn't know how you wouldn't at that stage in life. Regardless of what you would have went through.
Right.
Like, you should have been, like, well developed at that
Sure.
point. But, like, you know, people just don't know what healthy things are.
No, they don't.
God, I have, you know, sane friends. You know, oh my gosh, my social circle is amazing. I would, like, hate if I was in a situation like this. I'm like,
this would just be
like, yeah, it's like, oh my God, I didn't talk to you in a while. Like,
like the person like this is just too much.
Yeah. I would have been like, actually, no, we're not friends. Like, I would have, like, there you go. Like,
you would just be like, I'm done.
This is crazy.
Right.
This is crazy.
Right.
We haven't talked in a while. Okay, I'm busy. Aren't you busy? Like, you know, you should have more going on in your life. Like,
right. Than just, like, one person.
Like, yeah. And, like, this is what it seemed like this person was that person for them that they're, like, talking to, communicating. And it's not that the only person, the way that, like, it sounds.
Right.
And it's just like, you know, once that stopped, then it's like, you know, the panic sets in. This person sounds, you know, like they have abandonment issues.
Yeah, and they could, yeah.
Look at me psychoanalyzing people from a screen with no PhD.
Hey, listen, like, you know, they pay us the big bucks to hear our opinions. So, okay. All right. So, yeah. So to this person, I would say, yeah, get some more friends, get friends that don't call you tyrant. Like, and if people are sending you religious scripture saying that, like, being a Jew is a problem and you're Jewish, then they are the problem at that point. Like, that's how that works.
Yeah. I mean, you should know that. I don't know why we say that. I don't know why the thing that has to be said out loud and on camera.
I don't know.
That can be replayed multiple times.
Yeah.
You know, this is common sense.
Well, let's try this one here. So this one is, Am I the A? This is from Taylor-Swift Lover. Okay, so a Swiftie. So am I the A for choosing to go to my boyfriend's for Palm Sunday instead of the second Passover Seder? And in little brackets here, I am converting to Catholicism. Okay, so they put an edit here. Edit, not important, but I just realized I said my boyfriend is 18. He's 21 anyway. Okay. So, all right. So, clarifying ages. Okay. So, I, an 18-year-old female, more young people stuff today, apparently, have been dating my boyfriend who is 21, I guess, if correcting it, for a couple of months.
Ew, I don't like that.
Already couple of months.
18 and 21?
Yeah.
I just like that's too, like, like, that's just, I don't know.
Is it just, it's just the possibility that one person's in high school and the other person can drink? Like, that's just, there's,
like,
yeah.
just, I don't know. I don't like that.
I kind of like how other countries do it where everything happens at 19.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they pick the middle and just bam.
Yeah, this, like, I don't know. It just makes it seem off. Like, like, the stuff that you're allowed to do. That's what makes it, that's what's setting me off, right? Like, every time that's like, because that is, it's not crazy, but it's like, it is actually crazy.
It immediately causes a red flag.
Yeah.
Have you known any people where, like, the 18-21 dynamic was, like, any, like, couples that you've known?
I mean, there was, like, last year during summer, I wouldn't call them a couple. I would call them a situationship.
Sure.
And, yeah, very messy, very messy.
An 18 and a 21?
18 and, like, 20, more than 21.
Ooh, okay, yeah, that's like, complicated.
That's too messy.
Yeah.
And it was messy. But, like, it never affected, like, the work, so.
Okay, well,
shout out
there
to
you
them for keeping it professional.
Hey, that's great. Okay, all right. So, an 18 to 21-year-old, 18-year-old female, 21-year-old male. And this is a female writing this. Over a year before I met him, I've begun converting to Catholicism from Judaism. I'm sure your parents are thrilled about that, but we'll continue on. He is also Catholic. Okay, so dynamic. I invited him to the first night of Passover Seder at my aunt's house, where my parents and grandma will also be. He invited me to his family for Palm Sunday the following day, which would also be the second Passover Seder. So for people who don't know, when you have Passover, the first 2 nights are the Passover Seders, and then it's the latter 2 of the week that are also sort of more holiday, but you don't have Seders at the end. You just have it on the first 2 nights. Okay, so she gets invited to Palm Sunday, which would be the second night. So she said yes. My parents, who are, I like how she worded it as still Jewish, who are still Jewish, though not religious in the slightest, are mad I'm converting. Okay. Are upset and saying I have loyalty issues for choosing to go to Palm Sunday. Truth is, even if I never met my boyfriend, so glad I'm dead, I love him, I'd still have gone to church, and I'm very excited as the catechumen, I don't know if I'm saying that word correctly, to be able to celebrate the holidays with people. My grandma has been trying to guilt me as well. Jewish grandma guilt, I can see that. My mom gets mad whenever she sees my boyfriend's crucifix necklace, and my dad has gone to the extreme of calling Jesus splayed out on a cross a rag doll. I hate the divide this is causing. I do believe I will end up marrying this man, Lord willing. But regardless, I'm under the impression that I'm not making the wrong choice, but I'm sick of being told I'm disloyal when that's far from the truth. So am I the A for not going to the second Seder and going to Palm Sunday with my boyfriend, who I want to marry badly and want to have all his babies? I've decided that's how she feels. I'm getting that energy.
Yeah.
18 to 21.
Yeah, no. I feel like, and this is my problem with parents. And it is this, like, just this belief that, that they create in their head of who and what their child is going to be.
Sure.
And that is not who your child is going to be. That is not what they're going to be.
Mhm.
Like, so all of these, fanciful, dreams, that's just not what your child is going to be.
Right.
Your children are not an extension of you. They are their own individuals.
That's right.
With their own mind, their own brain, their own, personal autonomy to do as they please.
Sure.
If she, believes that Catholicism is what speaks to her, and that is, the path that she wants to walk, then she should be allowed to walk that path. Just because you are something doesn't mean your child is that something.
Sure.
Simple.
Yeah. Your
parents should respect you enough to, one, not be insulting you and calling you a traitor, just for you choosing and finding something that's supposed to be dear to you and to your heart.
Yeah.
Something that, they should respect. They want, and this what also happens, this bullying of, being like, and this other thing, what really turns people off to religion as well. It's like this, bullying. Like, if you don't do this, then, you're well, I'm just, you're for her, it's you're a traitor.
Sure. Or you're going to hell. Or
yeah. It's just all of this,
right.
Just this fear.
Right.
And that's not comforting.
No.
That's not comforting. If anything, that's pushing people away. You with this nasty attitude. That's,
the parents aren't doing themselves any favors on
at
this
all.
One.
If she, marries this man and she decides, all right,
that's what
we're not dealing with these people.
Right.
And then decides, can I talk you at all for the rest of your life? And then, you're going to feel bad. And then it'll be like, you did this. This is perfectly avoidable, by just minding your business. And if you're not even practicing for real, then who are you to be the grandstanding? Who are you as, I get it. Okay, you're the grandma, but you had your day in the sun, it's you had your time.
Yeah.
This isn't your life.
Right. Right.
I'm not you. I'm not following you.
Right.
Y'all have one life. Yeah, this is what I need people to understand. This is your life. Your singular, own, unique experience.
Yes.
Seize that experience.
Yeah.
Live.
Yeah.
Live. Stop thinking about what other people are going to say. Because it's just going to be every time you do that, it's going to be someone else saying something, and you just can never move.
Right.
So, yeah, for this girl, just go ahead and convert to your, Catholicism. Do all the, I get the appeal, of Catholicism, nice chapels, very witchy. It's very witchy. It's a very witchy religion.
How so?
What?
How's it witchy?
It's all gothic. It's so.
Oh, you mean because of the aesthetics?
Yeah,
and
it's
all
so
of that. Yeah, there is a kitsch factor to it.
Yeah, it's so gothic. It's so just magical because so ritualistic.
Sure,
it's so everything. So,
right.
I get it. For her, it's one of the more exciting.
Yeah, it's got a lot going on.
Yeah, got a lot of it's very but yeah. So it's that's what she wanted to do. That's what that's what she believes, and just let her be. Yeah. So no, obviously it's your life. You went to one, out of respect. You didn't really have to go, but you wanted to because your parents were there, your grandmother was there.
Yeah,
you wanted to. You did. You did the respectful thing. So the respectful thing for them to do is let you mind your own business,
right,
and then mind theirs, and let I'm going to say let you go because you're a grown woman. Go.
Yeah, now that's a factor that we don't know as much about in this part because she's 18. We don't know if she's living on her own. We don't know if she's in high school or in college.
I mean,
I assume she's on her own just from the way it's kind of worded, but I don't
or living with her boyfriend.
Is she living with well, no, they've only been dating for a couple of months.
Oh, well.
So
people move fast.
I mean,
but
maybe.
Even so.
But high school 18 and college 18 are two different animals. You know what I mean?
No, but I feel how are they going to make you go? This is the thing that I'm
make you go to the aunts for
yeah.
Passover.
Yeah.
I mean, if she lives at home with her parents, It would be like, come on, get in the car, we're
and
going.
then no.
And then she would just stay home. Is that what you're...
Yes. Like,
I don't think that an 18-year-old who lives at home with their parents and is like maybe still in high school for that matter. Because again, we don't know. Like, we don't know what what kind of 18 are we talking about.
Why would you as a parent force your child to go somewhere they don't want to go?
How many times have we forced you to go somewhere you didn't want to go? Many times.
When?
Many times.
To where?
I would say in the early days of, you being our son, we dragged you to all kinds of Jewish communal events that you would have much rather not gone to. You were a good sport about it.
Okay, but
you
I wasn't
continue
18.
to be. Okay, but like, I wouldn't say.
And I've never had, plans that like bumped. I never had like, I never had something going on. Look, we have never been in a situation
where like there was a religious event that you couldn't go, that you had something else going on or whatever that conflicted. Yeah, I mean, by then you're out of the house, like, going and like living in other states. And so that's a little different.
Yes, exactly. So we never had this like situation.
Okay, so I will yeah, I don't know. I think that you were dragged to some synagogues and stuff like that maybe you weren't, that wouldn't have been top of interest level. Just because you didn't have other plans that evening doesn't mean your plan wouldn't have been to hang out and play video games. That's a plan too. Not doing something is its own plan.
If I already had plans, but if you knew I had already made plans, like,
well, that's why we're big on the calendar system of like, you put it on the calendar. That way you can't make plans.
Exactly. So that's why we never run into this problem. So we never had this problem.
We've never had this very specific problem of you wanting to go somewhere. Yeah, but you're a different cut of cloth. Like, it's like you said, like people think that you're 60. Like there wouldn't be as many situations where, this could happen.
Okay, but like point being.
Okay, anyway.
Point being you went to one day.
We're going to assume that she lives out of the house. She's in college.
Yeah.
She's living in a dorm room or an apartment, whatever. Give her as much autonomy in the story as we can.
Yeah, but like, okay, you did that. And now, you did that one night.
Right.
You did that for them. Your time is yours.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like whatever. They feel, they have a feeling about it. Who cares? Right. Who cares? It's like whatever. You did it. You went. And it's like either you can accept me going this time or I'm not going to come any other time. You're going to be like mad at every other time because I'm not like dealing with this every time. Who has energy for that every time, every conversation, every time I talk to you something negative?
Right.
Like I'm ready. Like every time there's an argument.
Right.
That's not something people are equipped for and that are going to do. And, people, especially in these days, don't believe that blood is thicker than water. Blood is thicker than water, and so is poison.
Oh, God.
Both equally as toxic and can, kill you just the same. So people, choose to choose their own families. And sometimes it's the healthier system than, the biological ones.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so poetic.
That was very
getting my credit, people.
So this one is from Shira Ruth 613. Man, that is a very Jewish handle. Shira Ruth 613. These are all things, by the way, that no one has asked us to comment on, but we're commenting on it anyway. Okay, so this is from a Chabad. And basically this thing says, peace and blessings to each of you. In the year 2000, Chabad of the state of Florida formally appointed a particular rabbi as a representative of the city of North Miami. Since that time, he has selflessly done all this amazing stuff. Okay, now here's where it gets to be the politics of synagogues. It says that this rabbi remains the only authorized Chabad representative in North Miami. Only through his appointment may others represent the name of the Rebbe and of Chabad Lubavitch movement North Miami. This applies equally across all languages, nationalities, customs, etc. Any individual or organization presenting themselves as Chabad Lubavitch in North Miami without this authorization is engaging in and this is the great phrase that I like, fraudulent misrepresentation. Okay, so them's some strong language. So the question, of course, which like she didn't really ask a question other than the title of this post, which is, does anyone from the Florida Chabad scene know what this is about? And like the fact that it's called a scene is sort of funny. Okay, so explaining this. So okay, so sometimes what happens is you will have a rabbi who is a part of a movement, like they're ordained that way. And then they're not like officially doing something within the movemental hierarchy and structure and whatever. And then they move into town and it challenges that like official structure, right? The kind of joke of this is that this is what Chabad gets accused of doing in a certain kind of way. So they'll move into a town where like there's maybe an older synagogue, the community is kind of not that active, whatever, but it's historic. So they'll move in and then they'll say, well, we are finally bringing Jewish life to whatever this community is. Well, the Jewish life was already there. It had been there for 100 and whatever freaking years. But it's just that they go in there and they like bring Orthodox Judaism and a particular approach, whatever. So the idea that someone who is a part of that movement is encroaching on a movement that then gets accused of encroaching on other people is fascinating. Turf war. Your thoughts? Turf wars in religion.
I mean, I don't know. This is like, I get that like people want to like have a community, but I think it does get to a point where it's like the people who are like running these, religious organizations.
Yeah, synagogues or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, they're all for like, let's get the most people so we can have the most money. And it turns like to this capital thing.
Oh, okay.
And then like it's like stripped of that like, spiritual, aspect. And then like it's like this race for capital, but then it's like you have all this money and then it's not like poured into the community.
Right.
So it's like people are like ill and then they, sometimes walk away from those communities. And I think this is, a start to that problem of people being like, oh, well, you don't really care. And this is a, like, how many people can you get?
Yeah.
And, like, rather than, like, how you're actually helping the community.
Right.
And then, so it's just like, yeah, you did all this, turf war stuff and to build this community. But now, like, you also push away that community that you'd otherwise had if you'd actually, like, did something for the community.
Oh, okay. So basically, like, you shouldn't have to fight this that hard if you know your value and you provide that value.
Exactly, because people, like, would just come to you because they would have heard, like, the work you've done, the people you've helped, and there you go.
Right.
But then it's like, if you're just, like, bullying, people out, then it's just like, well, you didn't really earn that. You just, like, you're the only thing there.
Right.
And if that's like the one thing there and it's like you're looking for community, it's like, oh well, like I really don't like going there, but like, for the holidays I just like, stomach it. And then so that's what that is.
Yeah. Well, let's see what we got some comments here. So Aria98, who like actually sums it up great, is that this is Nerishkite politics. So in Tokyo, there are two Chabads. The authorized version, which is what this kind of letter is about, which can be seen on Chabad.org's website, and the quote unquote unauthorized version, which is, this is my favorite part of this, is it's Meshechdis. It's like, so there is a subgroup within Chabad that are not part of Chabad, like officially. Right. But there may be people who grew up that way. They're admirers of the Lubavitcher Rebbe, whatever. So much so that they believe he is the Messiah. And so that group is like marginalized from like sort of mainstream Chabad. I mean, it's just amazing. Yeah. Okay. So Arya goes on to say, it's happened a lot where I was growing up on Long Island as well. I know some Chabads that don't have the approval of headquarters, and they call themselves something other than Chabad of whatever. They come up with some other name, but they're Chabad houses just like without the name. So I actually have some experience with this. So this happened in a city I lived in where it was something like one of the Chabad rabbis, it was like there's a lot of them, and they all worked under like the state, I guess, hierarchy, right? But they kind of wanted to start doing certain things and they weren't being allowed to. And so they basically split off. And then the Federation, Jewish Federation, even got involved and were like, come on, like find a way to not fight with each other, like make it work, whatever. And there was like fighting over who was going to get to control the movement's, I guess, whatever, like hierarchy in that state when whatever rabbi wasn't in charge anymore. So it was going to be, so the Hasidic Jews are dynastic. They want like to pass on to sons, and the like daughters marry rabbis and they pass on to the son-in-laws, whatever. And so this one rabbi was like, well, but I've been here for so long working like under you, doing programming, whatever. And this other rabbi was like, no, we're Hasidic. Like we pass on to our sons. And so I think that was the other part of it too, was like a succession type of issue as well.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's just like with anything, there's always a game to be played. Everyone's always playing some game, you know, to get some type of power over somebody else, to climb some ladder. It is always, everything is a game.
Wow.
It really is. You may not think it is, but like, I mean, you wouldn't think a religious space would be an organ like for that, but here we are.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem, right? Is that even if we have the best intentions, human beings are still human beings. We're still fallible, and we're still like, you know I've had situations before. Like I had one kind of recently where I felt very protective of something, and I was like, I don't want to give that away. But then at the same time, it's like, you kind of just have to, like, don't be a jerk. Like, just do the thing. So I don't know. But someone here, Off the Grid Yid, that's a good name, described it as an unauthorized franchising issue. Yeah. So that is a good question, though. Like, who owns the right to that name? Because if it's a religious movement, I mean, I guess technically the movement owns it, but I mean, it's a broader religious like concept. I don't know.
I mean,
Chabad's a very specific thing, but like, I don't know.
Yeah, but it's like, who cares who owns the name? I mean, you shouldn't be allowed to own the name. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, if it's like a religion, it's like, who are you to tell someone they can't be the same thing without your approval?
Right.
Because they didn't go about it this way. Like, that's the problem. Like, this is the problem I, get like with like religious people. Because it's like,
hopefully not with me.
I mean, no. I think you're like missing the point of like religion,
right?
As like a whole,
right?
Like, you're making it like a human. You're making it a youth center thing,
yes,
like
yes.
A youth center thing when it's a spiritual thing,
right?
And it's always like me,
right?
Or whoever it is,
sure.
I in the situation, and like with these people, you can't be something because you didn't do it the way I said it.
Yeah.
You are not the governor of this religion. You're just a follower.
Right.
So you have no authority to tell anyone to do anything, any type of way. Period.
Right.
Like, they want to follow this religion. They do it their way. That's it.
Right.
That's all.
Right.
But
yeah, I mean, someone made a comment once about like there should be a Chabad basically down where we live. And, I said, like, bring it on. Like, seriously, why not? Like, it doesn't, these whole things around like, dividing community, or like, well, there's not enough people to support whatever, or, well, you shouldn't be allowed to like go into a community and start something and like siphon off members. It's like, well, I don't know. I feel the same way about when people talk about third party politics. It's a similar kind of thing. It's this like, no, it has to either be this or this. And it's like, no, we can have like 3, 4, 5, 10, 20 options. It's fine.
I mean,
how they will all survive in a small city is their own problem. But like, there's nothing wrong with more options.
I mean, yeah, like there's what I'm talking about. Like, do they want the people for the people, or do they want the people for the financial,
Right.
financial benefit?
Right.
And it seems like the financial benefit, because I have no specific organizations or
yeah, people in mind. You're not accusing anything, and that's important.
I'm not like
you're speaking big picture.
But I'm just like, when a religious organization is actually for the community and is not for the community. Look at the community, and then you'll see.
So what do you see in a community? I mean, not that you're looking, but like, what do you see in a community, or think a community should have, where you would say like, oh no, they're legit. Like this isn't like a money grab or a power grab or a cult or something like that.
Like actually like doing things, just like, a potluck, something, back to school drive, actual things like, food drives for the holidays.
Okay.
Like, things that are actually like, when it's time, like in areas like when people actually need it, like,
okay,
the community is here, like you can have this if you need it. Or like being like, oh, I don't have any diapers for my baby.
Right.
Let me call, my religious organization
leader or whatever. Yeah.
Like, do they have funds for that?
Yeah.
Why don't you have funds for that?
Right.
Like, if you're a community, something for the community, and these are members of your community that you need to help in emergency situations. There you go. Like, so that is an example of like. So
like social action. Like doing like programs that are social action oriented. Yeah.
Like fixing up the building, that's cute.
Right, but that's for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Unless someone's going to live there.
That's the building.
Right.
What are we doing for the people?
Right.
Like, it's like, it feels like it's always like a take. And then when like you look around and you look at the people, it's like you're not helping them, but you're always asking. Like, you always have your hand out and you're never giving. And that's what I feel like, I feel like a majority, across the spectrum, has a problem with that.
Right. Yeah, there's definitely, especially with like the building stuff, because like there's a church that's down the street from where you and I live, and it's like they're constantly building. And that's fine, like good for them. Like they like have the right to do that, and I hope that the people who go there are like benefiting from this community, that like they're like really helping their neighbors and in all of that other stuff. But like, I also worry too that, there's plenty of buildings like that are going empty, right? Like churches specifically, but like, or even I saw like someone emailed me today about like this rabbi who is in some part of New York. And it was like, oh, like my synagogue is closing and I need to get rid of like books and whatever. And it's like, yeah, when you build these buildings and you have this financial responsibility, sure, like it looks cool. It's great to like, I've never been able to say that I've done this, but like, it is something to be able to like walk someone into a building and say, look at this great atrium. Here's the classroom, here's the whatever. But I've been on a lot of tours of empty buildings, right? And I think there's a little bit of a reckoning right now in religion where your age group in particular is like actually kind of more into spirituality than my age group was, because we thought work was going to quote from the Holocaust, work will set you free. We thought that. We married our jobs. Our jobs had to have social purpose, because that's like how we earned heaven, was by staying late working at the company that's just going to like make the world a better place through better accounting, or like some nonsense like promo thing like that. Your age group is more like, nah, I'm not into the rat race. Maybe I'm not like a church person per se, or a synagogue person, but I value, or I respect, or I'm open to the way that like spiritual communities can do social action, right? Like, yeah, there is the food bank, but then there's the church food bank. And that hits differently than just a food bank itself. It adds that extra component of like meaning, community, spirituality. But like at the same time that I see this in your age group, like a very thoughtful approach to religion, there's new buildings being built all the time. And I'm like, don't any of you notice that like you're just trading one set of empty buildings for a set of buildings that will be empty? Meanwhile, Gen Z is like, yeah, like let's volunteer at the night shelter. Why can't the church or the synagogue go do Habitat for Humanity or whatever? I don't know. I don't get it.
I think, I don't know, religion is really like, trying. It's trying. But, and I feel like, like, I don't know. I feel like it's trying, but like, it's trying. That's all I can say.
It's trying.
It's trying.
Okay.
It's trying. But I think like, people are just tired, and like praying and hoping isn't really helping.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think that's like, that's not giving people comfort anymore.
The sort of thoughts and prayers stuff doesn't give people comfort.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it's like,
what do you think gives people comfort, if anything?
I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. In this day and age, with everything that goes on, like, I don't know, probably your friends.
Yeah.
Like, just people you relate to. I just don't see it for, like, these religious spaces.
Right.
I don't know. People just be faking there. Like, it just be people. People are the problem.
People.
Everything people touch.
So finding meaning through your friends is helpful, but also people are the problem, right? That's
no, literally.
Yeah.
No, literally. Literally, because you can have your friends and you can have people.
Oh, okay, I see.
People.
So people it's not humanity as a whole.
Exactly.
It's a whole other.
It's like your friends are people you like and that you can deal with. People are just anybody. So you're going to this religious service with people. These aren't your friends.
Oh, I see. I see what you mean.
And then people, you attempt to, get to know these people. Try to bridge that.
Right.
Hopefully walk over that in the friendship. And
yes.
People do what people do and show you their people.
Oh, I see. Yeah, this is something that I remember when I went to Israel with Honeymoon Israel. At one point, it was like day 2. I mean, we had just like kind of gotten to know each other. And someone from this group, it was like 30 people. It was like 15 couples who I think almost entirely were interfaith, where one person's Jewish, the other person isn't. And someone said, wow, I was having such a great time. I'm like meeting people, like we're really, they didn't use the word bonding, but like that's what was happening, right? And he said, can we just start a synagogue? And we were doing like, we were all kind of like sitting in a circle at this archaeological site. We were taking like a break. And I actually kind of said, well, you can start a that's fine. Yeah. The screen is doing weird stuff. No, that's good. You could start like a Havurah, like you could start a Jewish spiritual circle. And, that's a thing you could do. So you could. Now, did they? Absolutely not. I invited like people from that group to come do stuff, and some have over the years and some haven't. I saw one of them yesterday. By the way, we have like, the fridge now. It's full of kosher meat.
Oh.
It's nuts. Like I had an experience at Trader Joe's. It was a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Me and an Israeli guy like bumping carts to like get kosher meat loaded up. You would have respected the man because he was buying the ribeye that's $22 a pound.
Oh.
And yeah.
Huh.
And he said to me in a thick Israeli accent, "My son gets a steak every day." I was like, "My son doesn't get a steak every day. I'm a lousy dad."
I mean, I would eat a steak every day. I feel like that's lazy.
That's lazy.
So you're cooking the same thing every day.
Yeah.
That's lazy.
I guess that's just what he likes.
That's not fancy.
Yeah, I don't know. But okay, yeah. So anyway, so they didn't join. I mean, some of them joined synagogues as they got older, whatever. But that's the kind of thing where when I see a group like that, I'm like, yeah, go start something. That's awesome. But then there's also people in my world who would go like, well, no, but then they won't be members of blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, who cares? Like, who cares? They'll come to you if like a friend needs to get married. They'll say like, oh, I know Rabbi Patrick. He's a nice guy. Like, I'll vouch for him. Even if they never come to an event, like we would do, right? Or someone's going to die. They're going to want someone to officiate a funeral, or someone's going to need counseling, and it will go beyond their friend group, right? And they'll want to talk to someone maybe one time. But like trying to constrain people into, no, you have to like do it a certain way because we got to pay for the freaking building. It drives me bananas.
Yeah.
I
just feel like people are just, people. Like, they find a way to like turn something that's supposed to be, something useful and just flip it. And that's the curse of humanity.
Yeah, well, this going back to this actual example of a community kind of starting up like this, apparently there is this kind of thing of the, unauthorized ones being like connected to this Messiah-ish kind of thing. So I remember like one time it was Stephanie and I were in Israel and we were just kind of like tourists, like walking around, and suddenly we found a group of those people and they were waving yellow flags, and we were like, we'd never seen you guys before. Interesting. The things you see while you're on vacation.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. What I feel like is, I don't know, because it feels like this is the same thing you have like with like every religion, where like they're like is one big thing, and then they're like the splinter off groups, and then they call them people crazy,
right?
Because somehow what they believe is like like more crazy than what you believe. So it's just like, what are we talking about here? And how are you more right than them?
Right.
When like you don't know that. Like that's the whole point of faith. Like you don't know, and they don't know either, but they believe that this is right, and like you believe what you believe is right, and what are you supposed to do with that?
Right.
You really can't do anything with that. Like, that's just people's belief. Like, oh my gosh, y'all just believe, like, this guy is, the Messiah. Oh my gosh. And it's like, every religion started off somewhere. And someone somewhere thought the person who brought it up was the craziest person on earth. So it's just really like, it's another day. Like, truly. Like, I mean, we could think of it 1,000 years from now. Would this even be a religion anymore? Right. Or would it be, one that was forgotten? And then someone's following, I don't know.
Whatever it is 1,000 years from now.
Person who was Jewish, who's now like something everyone's following, whatever he believed in.
Right.
And then it's just like, so ultimately it's just like, let people have their faith. And it's like, and people who have faith, let people, walk through the darkness of the world without the light of faith. I don't know, like just let everybody be.
Very, very, very Baptist preacher language there.
Because, I just like, but you get the point.
Yeah.
Like, So if you believe you're walking in the light, you're walking in the light.
Mhm.
If you believe you're walking in the dark, I mean, hey, we're all on, life's the journey. We're all here once. Live is my advice.
Let's leave that one at that.
Exactly.
Thank you to our sponsors at Darshan Yeshiva for making this content possible. Darshan Yeshiva provides beginner-level online Jewish learning, including the very popular Conversion to Judaism program, with sponsoring rabbis and students all over the world. Start your Jewish journey any place, anywhere, and anytime with our conservative, reform, reconstructionist, Jewish renewal, humanistic, and post-denominational rabbi mentors. Become the Jew you always wanted to be with Darshan Yeshiva.